All right. Welcome back to another episode of Knicks Morning Coffee. I'm Mr. King. Y'all know my partner, Joe Cool.
What's good? What's good?
All right. So we just pray that everybody's enjoying the holiday season. Remember that it's nice to get, but it's also even nicer to give. So get out, help somebody, volunteer, do something to stay into the Christmas spirit, because there's a lot of people less fortunate than ourselves that could use us this time of year. And even with that said, we needed some things last night. We needed that win. Before we get into it, please like, comment, subscribe. So take a few seconds, please. It don't cost you nothing to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Yeah, before we start, Joey, I'm always on the phone with one of my friends, and then we arguing about stuff I say. He remind them that Knicks Morning Coffee it's 75%, on my belief, an opinion show. We Knicks fans. So the beauty of Knicks fans that rarely do you find two with the same, even though it might be like-minded, same opinion, same subject. So that's what makes the beauty of it. So anybody have an opinion, you want to write it down, whatever it is, we welcome all opinions. Rather you agree with me, I agree with you, that really doesn't even matter. It's the fact that Knicks fans enjoying Knicks TV, and then for 2 years we said we're going live, and then now we're here, so we're not going to wait to see who comes in. We're just going to start the show as usual and get right to it. Now, Joe, you said something to me this morning. So we're going to skip in our to talk about our last subject today was going to be Grimes and Mcbride. The duo, is it a significant drop-off, right? If they've started or played a lot. And then what are their strengths as a duo? So we both love both of them. And so, let me ask you the question, because we know the answer anyway, and I know your answer. If they played major minutes or started, which we know Tibbs ain't going to do, is that a drop off for the Knicks?
You said a drop off if they start?
A drop off, yeah, if they start or play the majority of the guard minutes.
Like, what you mean by drop off though? Like we went down?
I mean, let's be real. Even though the Knicks had slid in the standings, and certain with us don't look bright, the big picture going into the season was to get back to where we were or beyond. Even though there's some good teams out there, there's no clear cut favorites like that. So you can go far in the playoffs. So if you go to Mcbride and Grimes, are you saying, okay, this is still like a rebuild, or can they come in and keep pushing us forward?
No, they're gonna come in and keep pushing us forward. Mcbride came in last night, played a whole second half, had 9 assists, no turnovers.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even a numbers guy, but the numbers match with what I was looking at. Huh?
I said, but you knew them numbers, didn't you?
I knew them numbers.
No, what I like what Mcbride did last night, because you got to be a scoring guard in this league too. That's the way the NBA is now. But I like the way, especially in the fourth quarter, the way he had command of the offense. Like he took control. There was times where Randall just like brought it up himself, but Mcbride, he took control of the offense. Exactly what we needed. A person that can, even if you don't get all the way to the paint, they think you're paint. So their defense is played accordingly. So that's one of the main things I took away from, because that's something that the Knicks been lacking really since in the past couple of years, is that guard who, like, Derrick will get to the hole, he'll get all the way to the hole, but that's for his shot. That guard that can get into the lane and move the defense around. And that's what I saw on Mcbride last night. But to add that part to my question, where will it be a drop-off with the two of them, is only because there's certain nuances that two young guards together may not have. But yeah, some damage could be done.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know. Like I said, Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, who would have knew?
Yeah.
Who would have knew? So what I'm saying is, if Grimes is playing good, off ball, basically, right? Doing the same thing Fournier will be doing. And then Mcbride is playing good with ball and with the ball, and that's what we missing. They just didn't play together yet.
Yeah, no, I was overly impressed, even though not so much surprised at his poise because he did put a couple of years in school, but the way he came down and ran the offense, and I can't say ran the offense, but the way he got us in gear, that I would love to have seen Obi out there with that, because look what it did for Mitch. That did a lot for Mitch's psyche, knowing that I can put my knees up and start running, and that person that ball, I ain't even got to look back. And that's something that was also noticeable last night, that when Grimes was bringing up the ball, it's like the confidence that Burke and them other guys had in him. Like they would, most times you looking at the guard bringing it all the way up because you want it. No, they were just to their spots because they know he got it. And that's a surefire sign that if they played a lot of minutes, yeah, that definitely would help us.
Yeah.
Because you keep the defense from setting up. So my question sounds like I don't believe in what they can do. I honestly believe in what those two guys can do, because you already saw it in Grimes a couple of games ago. They both got that killer mentality on offense, and then we see what they're capable of on defense. Though those wasn't by accident that Grimes was picking those balls off to try to make a pass, into the lane, because you know where the ball is going.
Yeah, here's the thing: we spent the money, now let's use the money, right? We wanted people that can create their own shots. We wanted people that can shoot. We wanted people that can potentially be a star, and we got all that. We got sleepers. We actually got probably 3 of the best sleepers we ever could ask for: Obi, Mcbride, or we're gonna call him Deuce, and Grimes. So what else can you ask for? Like this is what we wanted, and this is what we got. So we gotta use it.
Yeah,
now,
I'm not.
Well, Randall, it looked like Randall played better because Deuce was on the court. He was cutting to the basket. He was getting to the lane. Now I'm getting straight to it.
Yeah.
Was it not?
No,
he didn't have to do much.
Yeah, when he allowed Deuce to bring up the ball and run the offense. Yeah, but Randall is a bull out there, and when you're the best player on the floor by far, you got to impose your will. Now, did Randall impose his will? And we're gonna have a whole segment of Randall in a little bit.
All right, but I was also telling you what MSG said. MSG said the same thing I said. Right? These young guys need to play.
Yeah.
They're doing what they're supposed to do. Randall, what's he doing out there?
Now, see, this is
he didn't. He said he didn't get double teamed for the past 3 games.
He did get double teamed.
No, he didn't.
You can see, no, not maybe a full double team. You can see
the person just flashed their arm out.
See where the guy slide. That's all it takes is a look. All it takes is but you can see where guys slide over in their rotations. But Randall, what he's done the past 3 games, which I don't understand from Randall, is the way he's giving up the ball. He's just getting it and giving it away, just passing up shots until he takes a moment. Halftime, second half of the last game, he was a little bit more aggressive. So where he ended up with almost 30 points. But I didn't understand why are you doing that? What happened to make you do that? In Randall. So, but we're gonna get to Randall. But I think what Randall did also in the second half again last night, he started picking his spots to be aggressive, because even like you're talking about the announcers, they say he's the best player on the floor. But if Randall not going to impose his will on people, then we're not the same team. But as far as Grimes and Mcbride, and as good as IQ played, I was way more impressed with Mcbride, because he was in total control of the stuff that he was doing out there. Couple of triggers, but that's okay. If that's your model to try to get the defense to respond to you, I can live with some of them quick triggers. But his shooting percentage look like is better than pretty good. But McBride is out there going north and south, and IQ is out there going east and west. And that, still IQ, you do what you do, but your minutes might be the ones that get some of that taken away. Because again, like you said, 0 turnovers. McBride is out there not making mistakes. So
he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing what he's getting paid for. They said he's good at defense. They said his IQ is good out there, and they said he can shoot, he can score, especially in the mid range. So you don't know what he's really capable of doing out there. And like I said, they play better to me with him out there. They can kind of breathe because he's getting into the paint with a purpose, and he's gonna score.
Yeah.
And if you don't collapse on him, or if you do collapse on him, there was somebody for him to kick it out. Randall, whether it was what's the name, Fournier out there, even quickly out there. So now imagine if it's Obi out there, and they can now got some breathing room, but now they could just go to the basket. Truthfully, even with RJ. So now it's almost like with trade rumors, like what? There's nothing. You might have what you think you're missing. It's just now who do you give the power to, and who do you get control of the team of?
Yeah.
Like I said, our leader is not Randall. Our leader is what's the center? Gibson. That's our leader. That's the person that everybody goes to.
Yeah.
And even he was hitting threes last night.
Yeah, and when he wasn't playing, they said it's hard for a veteran leader sometimes when he's not on the floor. You know, because the first thing guys say is you don't see what's going on out there. But yeah, he definitely is. He's the heart and soul leader of the team. But you know what we're talking about when we say the leader. But I think what Randall can also lead. Last night they said where Randall can lead this team is on the defensive end. But no, we need Randall to lead. Well, that helps, of course, when you see your star player getting after it. But we need him to lead on the offensive end. Set that tone on the offensive end. Be aggressive, and then now open it up for your other guys. Show them, don't just be handing me the ball because you don't want to shoot it. Hand it to me in my position where you believe I can make the best impact for the team. That's where Randall could be the leader. That just getting the ball and just tossing it to somebody right away without even that's not basketball.
You know, like I say, he shouldn't be doing that. That shouldn't be his role anyway.
No,
that's my only issue. It's not that Randall is not a great player, or is he a great player? It's he's taking on too much responsibility. He doesn't need the responsibility. I'd rather gave that responsibility to Rose, and if he got hurt, like it would have been unfortunate, but I know he can do that role. Right? Yeah. He's been there before. Yeah. I know quickly probably can even do that role and just take because he did it. When everybody wasn't there, he was the one holding it down. I gotta see you do that role. Randall didn't do that role. He was just a dominant force on the court. So now why all of a sudden he starts dribbling the ball like
but that was his role. But now because we have better players, better skilled players, because this is the twofold thing. On one hand, you got Tibbs saying we're a better team when Randall is highly aggressive. Well, for him to be highly aggressive, he got to dominate the ball. And then on the other hand, we feel we're a better team when Randall's aggressive, but yet you're drawing in the double teams, and then you're using all your guys, all your outlets. Because when a guy like Mcbride did last night, and we said before that when Grimes really get going, that's going to be his norm. Sort of like I said, like the Malcolm Brogdon type player. That's going to be he's going to be a steady diet of that. So when those two guys get going, also now they can handle the ball, they can shoot the ball. You know, they understand when to get back. So now Randall for us, now the kind of assassin you could be is get on the block. Yeah, you're still going to shoot some threes. Yeah, you're still going to bring the ball up, but get on the block and be that beast. You know, and then you can throw it out. Don't just get it and throw it out. Get it, make your move, find the cutters, find the spotters, and get the ball out. But now we can focus on you as the star player because we have all the pieces around you. And that's what's going to push us over to the edge. But that's still the value that Randall has on our team. And he's showing that the past 2 games, but he's trying to show us in little doses, and we can't live with that. Because all this stuff that we're doing, even though we fall in the standings, we're only so many games still out of 6th place, you know. So it's right there to be had, but you want to get it the right way. So I'm torn between if they're not going to get a star, that Randall, somebody shake him up, because if all coach is saying to you is we need you to be highly aggressive for us to be successful. That's not telling him nothing.
Right.
I'm just telling him, get the ball, do what you want to do with it. Like he still was walking up the court yesterday. The thing that kills me with Randall is when he do even pass it off, he'll pass it up. Well, two things. First, he'll walk up the court when the other guard is bringing it up. And then when you do pass it to a wing player, time walking to your spot, and then you'll post up heavy. And that drives me nuts.
And yes, man, we live. Definitely hit that like button on the way in.
Oh, yeah.
Trey Randall, Noel, and Burks for PG-13.
Say that again?
I said, I ain't never seen your name before, so it said Trey Randall, Noel, and Burks for PG-13. I mean, if that made sense, I would do it.
Noel and Burke. I
would.
So I got.
I only thing I have against PG-13 is that he was a pacer. He in my eyes, he's a pacer. I can't do it.
I'll do that because a lot of reasons why I'll do it now because type of team.
Defense. He's gonna score. He's gonna do what he got to do. But I just don't want PG-13 being my main guy neither. I want him to be Robin.
Well, but with pieces around him, he'd be better with the kind of pieces around him.
Give them 2 picks too. Ooh, you forcing it, huh?
2 picks with that?
Yeah, he's forcing it. I don't know. 2 picks with that.
That's But this is the thing with Randall.
I mean, for PG-13 defense, we probably gonna get one more piece. RJ needs a mentor. PG-13 Rose needs. Remember Luau Dang?
Yeah, but listen, let me throw in something with RJ right quick. I was thinking about RJ last night's game, watching that kid Tate on Houston. Now, even though he plays an undersized power forward, only 6'4". But look how he's playing. Look at the control he has of the game. The knowledge he has of the game, if you remember which guy is Tate. And I was like, the whole time I'm watching this guy, I'm thinking about RJ. Like, this guy's coming down, knowing what he's doing. If it's a full court set or the half court set, he got full command of the game. And we got to get RJ in that. We got to get RJ in that. But we got to go back.
Paul George would definitely be a good mentor to him. I mean, somebody asked me that, I think at work, and I was like, yeah, I would definitely take him. I would take PG-13 at this point. Because of what we need and what he actually does. We just know that it's not going to be like it's going to be more stable for the Knicks and under Tibbs. And I'm not really so much thinking about D Rose. I'm thinking about our future. So we're thinking about Mcbride, Grimes, Obi, all those kind of players. So yeah, Fournier is there, Randall is there, and even Paul George when he come, that's not our future. That's just another piece that we're gonna just add there. I don't think Paul George changes a whole bunch of anything. Did they get that ring over there with who is over there with Kawhi Leonard? You heard me?
Yeah, you know they didn't get that ring over there, but this is what Paul George does do for us right now, more so than before. And it ties in back to Randall, because Randall's capable of doing a lot for us still this year, even though the East got better when Randall's playing at a high level. But this is the part that I was thinking about the other day. What Randall got to understand is that you got to play hard every play and every quarter. This is it. Randall thinks, and we're some of us to blame, Knicks fans, because Randall thinks he got it as KD and Steph got it, and you're not that type of player. When Randall realized he's more like PG-13 and more like Jimmy Butler, that you got to play hard all the time to be good, because you got to have 2 different kind of great players. You got to be a great player and then one that got to play hard. So Randall's more, he will be more, if he accept that type of challenge, he will be more in that PG-13 or Jimmy Butler. They got to play hard every play to be considered a good player. And Randall's stuck in between, really thinking that he's more of that, KD realm.
Yeah, he moving out there like he mellow, and he not.
Happen like that for you, Randall. Play hard every time you on the court, and that would help us there. And that's something that PG-13 would understand.
Mm.
That if I come out here and I play hard all the time with the kind of pieces around you, guys that can handle the ball and shoot it and defend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about nothing. I can play ball, and I can maybe I could be that kind of star.
Mm.
So that trade that the other guy was talking about, other than the picks, because I don't see why you had to throw the picks in with that type of a trade. I'm not in love with none of our picks, mind you. But I don't see why they had to be thrown in for PG at that point if you get those type of players, because you actually getting players that can help the Clippers.
Mm.
You know? So yeah, I mean, hypothetically, I do that. I love our team as it is, but the things that didn't work out, you know, it would beg the question. Excuse me. Did we jump too soon? Because we already know offensively we're not doing enough to help Kimba and Fournier. Fournier's shooting himself in the foot. But one thing Fournier does say is, I was always used to getting my 10 shots. I knew where I was getting them. So I was comfortable. But he's still missing a lot of wide open shots. You know, so that hurts him. But PG for Randall, you know, I would consider that. You know, if it helps us, right?
I push the button.
You push the button. So let's I want to look at for a second. We ain't gonna spend too much time on this because the trade rumors, they just not going away. So we won't be doing ourselves justice if we don't at least look at, because now they throwing in more people in the hat. And when they start doing that, then that means a lot of it's just talk. Because as of the 15th, trades could have been made. But that Ben Simmons one, that's one that if the Sixers, they wanted a top 25 pick and or a top 25 player and or picks. Something that the Knicks had if you consider Randall still a top 25 player. But what you could dangle is his second team All NBA last year. You still be able to dangle that in front of people's eyes if they considered Randall that, and then we have picks. So it's just how many of those picks and what other players would have to be thrown in to get Ben Simmons. Because all Ben Simmons stats, all his stats that he had, they will all rise as a Knick. Every last one of them, shooting or not. Because the man do it all. And those type of generation type players, they don't come along that often. So you do everything but gut your whole team if a guy like that comes along and you honestly can get him. Because at first I thought Randall was lollygagging around the last 5-6 games, because I thought maybe he couldn't handle his name being thrown in trade rumors. And somebody probably whistled in his ear. Could have been an agent, could be anybody. You're on the trade block. Well, then everybody's on the trade block. That's how the league is. Because Randall, the kind of funk that Randall went into. But if Randall could take the way he'd been playing in the 2 second halves of the last 2 games and bottle that aggression up with the way he's passing the ball to the other guys, that make us a better team. So do you try to go to Philly and say, we got everything y'all say y'all need, we have it right here? So how do we do the deal? And then just do the deal. Stop playing around as a management and make those kind of trades happen. And I keep saying I like our team, but if Ben Simmons don't come along, they don't come along every day.
No.
Opportunities, somebody else gonna get it. And Randall will understand. Randall's been traded before for good or bad reasons. So he will understand how this stuff goes. Can't get that type of player, we got to get that type of player. But then, they still dangling in the Dame Lillard thing, which to me,
they're gonna want too much for Dame Lillard.
Yeah, that one is dead. They talk about now last night paper talking about the little trade with I guess Derrick Rose is still lobbying for Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon's a nice player, but that don't move the needle right now because we got good guards, but they played a lot of minutes, so we need guys that move the needle. And the needle for me. So what? Any other trades out there that you heard about that you think might be something we could take a look at?
Listen, we even take a look at because you look at the screen. Some of us just done with Randall. Shout out to Johnny.
I don't know, Johnny Davis. Well, well, listen, I'm done when he's gone. But right now, this is what we got. I'm not in love with Randall to say I don't want nobody else. But this is what we got. And we just can't give him away and don't have another type of a star player coming back.
Definitely.
God's going to do what they do. We can't do that. Because, again, this season can still be had. Not a wash yet.
It can still be had, but we always miss that one thing. What happened if Mcbride is the star that we was missing?
Right, he'll develop as we go on, right? But to trade Randall for nothing is like you're cashing it in, and you just can't cash it in yet because the season could be got. You know, anybody could win it this year. Still, it's not that Milwaukee showed that last year. Okay, the Lakers in the fluke bubble win, and then Toronto showed it the year before that. Season can be got. Somebody can be had. So why not try to get back to where we were and improve on that, and then try to put together a nice string and try to go for it. Yeah, you got to add some pieces, some mentality's got to change, but I just can't see it's too early. Somebody come in for Randall that's worth their weight in gold. I'm all for it. I'm all for the betterment of the Knicks. I just don't want to be seen as to go backwards. Because when them rookies too hit that rookie wall, then where do you go? You know, I wear this Knicks shirt for a reason. I love the Knicks. I want to see them do good all the time. But this is running the first few times the past 2 years, or really the first time this year, we go into a season thinking we could do some damage. You know, we ain't had that. So let's ride it out until somebody comes in and take Randall's spot, and then Randall's out. When he's out, he's out. You know, you want to call him a Knick for life? That would be on the individual. But I'm not in love with Randall that way. I'm just in love with the idea that we have a chance to do something special.
And shout out to just some other news. He said NBA might shut down. Kings cancel practice. Shout out to Kyrie. Well, we seen this coming.
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, I saw that yesterday, and sad state of affairs because I was asked. I'm actually taking some people to the Rangers game tonight. Right, I'm gonna be in one of their suites, and then they asked me about bringing some people for Christmas, and I've done that before. I don't want to go. I want to watch Christmas with the family, you know, enjoying myself with my cocktails. But the people that was gonna go in our place, their whole crew, a lot of them were. I guess some of them tested positive or close contact.
Don't say they're gonna shut it down early. Don't say the word.
Yeah, we don't run it shut down, but for the safety of everybody, with the stuff I see that's going on, fans and players is being affected. You know, look at.
I mean, it's a plus. It's a positive and a negative because if it doesn't happen and protocol doesn't happen, we don't see Grimes and Mcbride play, right? But at the end of the day, we still stronger with RJ playing, with OB playing. So it doesn't mean nothing if they not playing together. So we can't even see what's happening. I mean, they give us a little bit of break before we go back. Probably get some more individual practices in. They can watch a little bit more tape so they can be a little bit more ready. But
no, I don't want to see a shutdown. You know, to me, the NBA is going good right now. I don't want to see that. You know,
and he said, does it have to be a star? How about a good, consistent second-tier player? Don't be a star. He can, I mean, like, what's not a star to me? I'm trying to think of somebody. What's the name on the Bulls?
DeRozan?
Yeah, like DeRozan. Like, is he a star? Like, considered a star?
Yeah, DeRozan is second.
Because like I would have took DeRozan. I would have took Jimmy Butler. I would have took.
And the difference in those guys from Randall is that those guys, their motor don't stop. The mentality of their motor, they don't quit. They don't take plays off the way Randall do. Yeah, I take a second tier star because only so many stars in the league.
Yeah.
There's a second tier star that can command a double team, because that's what makes you a star. When
Even the guy we didn't take, that's on the Bulls now. Zach LaVine. I'd have took him.
No, I don't want Zach LaVine.
I would, because I'm thinking about them running. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, Zach to me is almost like Randall, just with a better. He take too many plays off, too laid back for me. We need motor. We need people with a motor. And Zach, I never really felt Zach, as that. The way he picked his spots just don't work for me in that sense. Now, again, nice player, but if it's got to be for Randall, the person's got to have a motor. Because New York, when they want them young guys want to get out and run, and if you got a guy that they watching on the other side that they think is a star, and you can get out and do your damage, then that's the kind of thing that we need. So we didn't really talk that much about Mitchell Robinson today.
Because y'all gonna stop disrespecting my boy.
Look, again, Mitch the same way. While he's there, you see he's starting to round back into shape.
Mm-hmm.
His pick and rolls and moving to the basket. When he can at least get back to the alley-oops and things like that, now he's starting to get back into shape. So when he's back in shape, he's a beast. He's a beast. But I saw yesterday where they said the Knicks now also looking at Sabonis as opposed to Turner. They in that heavy discussion right now. So we don't know what that's going to take to get some of them guys. But if you can get a skilled player down low that you're actually going to throw the ball to, we can't overlook it. Don't want it to be Mitch. But if Indiana's rebuilding, New Orleans might not be in that age range for them. So, and I don't know if Sabonis does it for us, but still, But I like, when we talk about our impact players from last night, I like what, and we said it before, and it shouldn't have to wait till an injury. It's just that we too crowded. To have Taj play with one of our centers. And then you see the impact Taj got when he's out there with one of the centers. We kind of like a different team. We're more guard-oriented still. We don't have Randall or Obi there, but still, it's like he know how to move about that court. And he know how to put people in the right spot. And I think even when everybody come back, Taj should still get some minutes at the power forward spot.
Yeah. Taj he's worth every penny. Same like Burks. Like Burks, he's messing up in the starting lineup, but we ain't want him there neither. I want him to come off the bench and do what he do.
Yeah, because
Same thing. Taj. I want Taj to come out and be that role model and that leader that he shows. He shows that he can score. He shows that he can do more, but he also shows his age. And that's right. Mitch is a beast. I don't want to hear no more about trading Mitch. I don't want to hear it neither.
No, nobody want to trade Mitch, but it's going
they better not. My whole year gonna be messed up.
I know, but let's keep this up. That if everybody talking about get rid of Randall, well, what's the other pieces people gonna want?
Kemba.
They want Randall. They ain't gonna want Randall by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, and we flirted with it, but depending on who it is, RJ.
Yeah, somebody last week was dead set on keeping RJ.
Look, I want to keep RJ too, but he got to get his act together. Yeah, like I said, it might be easier with McBride on the court. It might be easier if he don't got to think too much. That's what LeBron and these other superstars do. You don't got to think. You just got to play.
Well, the key to have McBride on the court also from last night is that that would help RJ and them other guys is when you trusting him with the ball. Go run your route, whatever you got to do, and trust him with the ball. That's what makes it effective for everybody. But if he got the ball and everybody calling and asking for it, that doesn't help. And it's like last night, I just love the way with Burke, the way Burke was doing. Because even with IQ sometimes, McBride was still waiting for the ball, and IQ was, doing his, his dribbles. And IQ was probably like, come on, let's go do this. Slowing us up. So they were a good combination together, but it wasn't really a cohesive combination with those two. But I would like to see more of that. But with IQ as knowing I'm the shooting guard in this situation, and I'm gonna get in my spot to shoot because he's more of a spot up shooter first. So I like to see that deep shot, be able to be rang out with Mcbride with the ball. But then when Grimes come back, I want to see Grimes. But I want to see Grimes with Randall. That's what I got to see for me. The two of them out there on the court together.
I need to see all three.
Yeah,
I need to see McBride, Grimes, Randall, Mitch. I gotta see all of them out there at the same time. Yeah. I gotta see the team I would just throw together if I'm starting from scratch. This is my starting five. They keep talking about 1 through 5. They keep messing up. Well, why they keep messing up? Why is the bench getting it and they not getting it?
Because the bench play more freely.
Yeah, but they moving.
Yeah, energy.
We came at Melo for holding the ball too long, and the bench was moving the ball. The bench wasn't no better than the starting five when Melo was here, but at least the ball movement was good. And then when we did win blowout teams, because we had a lot of ball movement, but we had Jason Kidd facilitating the team. Well, it just takes that one player that everybody can trust, like you said, that can just move the ball. Look at Harden. I'm gonna go back to Harden because he said it. He said, "I don't know whether to shoot or pass." He don't want to think. He want Kyrie there.
Yeah.
He don't want to come up and down the court, think about I got to pass it to KD and I got to see him in the corner. He don't want to think of that.
Yeah.
He just want to shoot. That's like me. A scorer just want to shoot.
Yeah. You have to know what you are. You have to know what you are, and that's what Harden is. Harden's a scorer, and we need the type of players that can unleash, even if McBride could be what we think he could be, especially what you think he could be. A guy like that could lean on Randall as a star. I'm gonna feed you in your spot until it hurt. Now that's gonna be well for all the rest of us. But that's just the whole thing. I'm not in love with Randall. I'm just in love with the idea too that the other team feel like he's a star in the NBA and the way they game plan for him for everybody else. So PG-13 right now would look really good. I mean, he would look good with Randall, but he would look really good right now as our lead guy.
And he asked it in the chat. He said, McBride, Grimes, where's IQ and Knox? I mean, IQ is currently in the rotation. But seeing what McBride did, how you gonna it's gonna be a hard toss up in Knox right now. He just insurance right now because he ain't been playing anyway. So we had Knox for a couple of years now. That time has passed. Maybe he's gonna be something on the next team. It may not be this team, man. We got too many people. We got Obi, Randall's in that spot. Knox may never even get a shot on the Knicks right now.
We got a guy down in the G League.
Yeah, Luka.
Yeah, but
we ain't even fit Luka in there. So, we don't know where these players fit, but they got to reach the expectation of where we think they can go. Right now, this is opinion-based right now. You know what I mean? Until we can see it transpire on the court. You might put Luka out there, and it might not work with McBride, Grimes. You know what I mean? So,
but for Knox, we would have to be a running team for Knox to be effective. Same as RJ. We would have to be a consistently running team for them two guys really to flourish because they don't really thrive in the half court. As good as even Knox can shoot, even when he shoots, it looks good. Most of the time it goes in, but you don't even follow your shot. You know what I'm saying? He could pad his stats if he wanted to, Knox. Every time he shoots a long shot, he just leaves it and he stands there. The ball bounces right back in the direction he's in.
Yeah, we got him. He been playing good. When he come in, he shoot. He do good, but ain't nothing else what we can say about him. If we didn't have Luka over there in the G League, we got Randall, we got Obi. What we going? There's too many players. Everybody can't play.
Yeah, and then you got Taj. Yeah,
I'm saying everybody just can't play.
It's hard with the kind of minutes that Randall get. That's what makes it even more difficult. Because Randall takes up the bulk of those power forward minutes, and then almost rightfully so. Somehow we got to get more Obi out there. and not just be out there. We got to get Obi out there, and we got to make him comfortable the way he was in preseason and summer, because he knew the ball was his to play with. So that's the Obi. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing really wrong with his shot. It's nothing really. It's just that when he was the main man, even though it was summer league and preseason, the ball was his. And when the ball's yours, because you got to look at this too, Joey. Some guys just ain't role players. You know, some guys they got to have the ball. It's hard to be a role player when you're used to having the ball. Yeah. And you don't know how to fit in. You're trying to fit in. You don't know how to fit in. So now when Obi's out there with our units now, because he's not getting the ball all the time, he's just running around looking for an opening somewhere. But in the summer and preseason, he was going to his spots because he knew he was getting it. And he was taking his time, and he was doing the damage that he had to do. Everybody not role players. And when they figured out about Obi, the better it's going to be for us.
Well, stars arise sometimes when you figure it out.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing.
Jimmy Butler.
He shouldn't have to figure it out. They should be able to, when Obi come in the game, okay, he's not going to take Randall's spot, but when he come in the game, it's your show. You know, it's your show when you come in the game, because we can't, sometimes they shouldn't be up to them to figure it out. We got 50,000 coaches that know this about you.
Shout out to Brian in the building. Somebody that always come in, see what my man is talking about. The trade I love to see is Noel, Knox, Kemba, first round and second round for Miles Turner. Torrey Craig start. McBride at 1. Have Mitch, Toppin Grimes, and IQ. Come off the bench with Rose. I mean, yeah, Noel, Knox, Kemba, first round and second round. I mean, that would be if we get lucky.
Yeah, that could.
Yeah, Noel, we like Noel, but it's not like he always hurt right now. Kemba, we know he's gonna go, and Knox, we know we see the potential in Knox.
But that's not far. Yeah, and shout out Brian. He always comes up with good scenarios, though. Yeah, you get your scenarios, but you always come up with good scenarios, and that's a good one right there.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
We don't really lose nobody. We gain something.
Yeah.
They already look, Knox already not playing. We love Knox, but like I said, everybody can't play.
Yeah.
We didn't name how many players? I was like, we named all 15 players. The only player we didn't name was the point guard we got sitting on the bench with the dreads. What's his name?
Yeah.
That's the only person we did not name.
I thought he was gonna get some burn last night. Because he can
Me too. We ain't got nobody. I thought once they said Rose not coming in.
Yeah, but look at this too. This is how deep our team is. It was at one point in the fourth quarter, I forgot who we had out there before Randall came back in. That just goes to show when we say the Knicks was deep, and you should be able to beat Houston anyway, because they ain't got nobody. Yeah. But still, look how deep we really are. If we could, if our management team and our coaches could put it together right in their game planning, look how deep we are. We still really just putting guys out there, telling them go play and figure it out. But imagine we figured it out for them, and we put them out there to play ball the way a team should be playing ball, giving people direction within their skill. And then you tell me we can't get back to fourth and better the way, the way these other teams are doing. Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, I forgot yet. So, Mr. King, he can't see the comments as they roll in. I seen him before, y'all, but I flashed him up for the screen. We want Theo Pinson back. Yeah, let's get him back on the roster.
Yeah,
get the energy back.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah, let's get him back.
and realistically, he could be back because the other we just talking about with the dreads that don't play at all. Theo could have that spot.
Damn, we didn't even mention Sims. Shout out to the comments. We ain't even mention Sims. Like, there's so many players, so many things we can do. But listen, we spent the bread. Let's use it. That's all I'm saying. We spent the bread. Might as well figure it out now.
Well, it's up to the coach.
They take why the young boys playing so good. I always said they came straight out of college, so that discipline is still there.
Yeah.
The veterans done got the check already. They eat steak and eggs for breakfast. They don't care.
Leave the vets alone.
Huh?
Leave them vets alone.
Man, listen. The vets that cares, the vets that's professional and play Taj Gibson. If he was any younger, he'd probably be playing better. Yeah. To me, he's doing post moves out there. You can't tell me no more. And he hit the three? Come on.
God. Yeah,
Come on. He's shooting threes. He posting. He rebounding. He playing center, power forward. Pay that man.
What Taj getting? Let me see what we paying Taj here.
You know what I'm saying? Carry the 1, add the 2.
Taj is getting what from us? All right, almost $5 million. All right, Taj getting about $5 million. He doing $5 million worth of work.
I'm saying, Tom.
Experience, but he's doing.
He say what?
He's invaluable for Taj's experience. He's doing $5 million worth of work.
That's what I'm saying.
We ain't got no high price. We ain't got no real big ticket players. Evan Fournier got to live up to his $18 million.
And I don't even put that on Fournier because, like I said, he probably used to somebody. He don't got to think. He out there thinking. I don't need you to think. I just need you to shoot. Grimes figured it out. You know what I mean? The vet's thinking too much. Don't think, play. That's it. Just play.
I tell you what, between Fournier and RJ, the way Fournier plays offense and defense, somebody gonna lose time.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody losing time. We love all these players.
We
love RJ. We fighting for him, but
yeah. All right. Dave, we got
anything. Still got a little bit of time. Anything else? Who else we had on the? Hit the comments up. Hit the like button up. Before we get out of here, anything else? Y'all point. Y'all seen?
And I have a question. I have a question. All right, and I need somebody to answer that for me. If we stay constructed as we are now, can we get back to where we were last year? If we stay as is.
I ain't even gonna answer yet. Let me see what the comments do.
Randall, now this is all predicated on Randall. He's still capable of being what he was. Because we see that in the last 2 games. He can still play that way when he wants to. And with better pieces around him, could we at least still get back? Because even in this so-called improved East, everybody's still bunched up together. And when the Knicks do play somebody, even if they beat us, we see that we're deeper than those teams. So whatever is lacking between the coaching and Randall and Fournier missing all these wide open jumpers, that you definitely didn't expect that. Could we get back?
I mean, listen, after All-Star weekend, everybody's going to have time to themselves. They're going to be well rested. They're going to practice. And I think that's where the change is going to happen. I think they're just not making the changes now because of their ego. But them changes will happen. If what we have is what we have, it's going to go up.
We'll see.
Because like I said, you like the bench, but Mcbride wasn't playing. Grimes wasn't playing. So somebody got to move up into that starting lineup, and somebody has to move down. So if we want to make these changes, those are going to be some drastic changes no matter how we look at it. So it's going to be for the better because we want to see Grimes play. His percentages is up. They thinking. They playing defense. They moving.
And Grimes is capable of starting.
He said, no, we still need a wing defender and a stretch 4.
Well,
but
I don't. The guy in the league rather would be the stretch 4 because we needed that last year. The wing defender, that's where PG-13 would come in at.
Listen, I say this: we didn't lose nothing. If you put Fournier at small forward and RJ shooting guard, we'll be all right. So yeah, I mean, like we saying, as the team is. So we got 1 no, we got 1 year, basically. But like I said, we ain't lose nobody. We lost what? Who we lost? Besides Theo Pinson.
No, well, Bullock was the wing defender.
We lost Bullock, but If Grimes and McBride playing defense they playing defense like that.
Yeah, but that wing defender is where that definitely shows in our defense. It definitely shows in our defense. But again, we were trading offense for defense, and Fournier is not giving us. He's not balancing out the offensive side, which I don't know what that is because he's definitely capable himself of doing that. So, but again, coaches they gotta put something in. They gotta put something in their game plan for the thought process of how we run our offense.
Yeah, I feel like Tibbs, he don't want his legacy messed up for this, so he's gonna make those changes. With or without new players, he's gonna have to make them changes.
Yeah, he definitely got to because you can't let Randall hold you hostage. Because Randall's making a conscious decision when he wants to play within a game, and we can't. I don't understand it, and we can't have that though. Randall was deciding not to play in the games, and then he decided to turn it on for a while.
Because he probably just don't want to think. I think at this point, it's that's what it got to be. I don't think he's doing it intentionally.
First, I thought he was trying to be
after what Harden said. Maybe he's not doing this intentionally. He just I'm thinking too much. I'm bringing the ball down. I'm getting rebound.
No, because then you still wouldn't be so laid back. It's got to be intentional. It's got because who does that?
I'm giving the benefit. I'm getting the benefit of the doubt, so like I'm bombing on him.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it now. We opposite because I tell you, when Randall is right, I ride with him. When he's wrong, it frustrates me to see it. Playing hard all the time. All the time. You're not on LeBron James status. And LeBron don't even take plays off the way Randall do. So coach got to do something because you don't want to bury yourself. And it's gonna turn, especially when you got them young guys running, because you get easy, unpredicted baskets. But you don't want to bury yourself too far and let that be the way you got to dig yourself out, and then it's too late.
And last one, we got Cam Reddish will be here, but I doubt ATL will trade him. Will be a good fit. Maybe.
Cam Reddish is good, to me, he's a high motor. His motor is.
Yeah, I don't think we need to add nobody until we see what. But we bounce back. I feel like we bounce back. Don't waste the money.
Yeah, but he also defender. Also, the wing defender we was talking about.
Yeah.
All right.
All that they can say that money and get me.
No. Give it over here. All right, people. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back next Friday morning, right? Christmas Eve, Joey?
Yeah, we do that.
And then hopefully sometimes, too, we can get in. If you hit the notification bell, we try to get some in early because sometimes when we wait till Friday, the news comes out early and we're talking about it, but we're not on talking about it. And you just sometimes want to get in when it first starts. All the thoughts and everything is heavy. But we appreciate y'all coming in.
Shout out to y'all. Thank you, Johnny Davis.
Thank you. And subscribe and hit the notification bell. All right.
Tell a friend to tell a friend so we can get more of the family in here.
And have a blessed day. Peace.
Peace.